Hey guys, PhoneArena here, and iOS 7 has finally landed. Like it or not, the new redesigned version of Apple's operating system is flatter, more colorful, and seemingly different from what we're used to, but familiar at the same time to anyone who has ever used it before. Today we're taking a closer look at iOS 7 running on our iPhone. We're about to go over its new features, but we'll take a look at the old ones as well and see whether anything has been tweaked. Our first stop is the iOS 7 lock screen. As before, the phone is unlocked with a swipe to the right, and the animation clearly indicates that. Down at the right corner is located the camera shortcut, which takes the user straight to the camera app. Something new, however, is that in iOS 7, two other features can be accessed from the lock screen. These are the redesigned Notification Center and the Control Center, which we're about to go over in a minute. The home screen in iOS 7 is organized in the usual manner, with 20 apps per screen and 4 apps down at the bottom. The icons themselves, however, have been redrawn, which is why some of them look quite different than they did before. One notable change here is that the clock icon does tell the current time. As before, holding down your finger on an icon lets you move apps around or uninstall them if they aren't needed. Apps can be organized into folders, and what's new in iOS 7 is that folders can now hold a lot more apps in them. If you can't find what you're looking for, the global search bar may come in handy. Now let's talk more about the Control Center feature. It can be triggered from any app or screen with a swipe up from the bottom of the screen. Swipe down again and the Control Center is gone. In Control Center, we see toggles for airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, Do Not Disturb mode, and screen orientation lock. You may also adjust the screen brightness or switch tracks in the music player. Shortcuts to several features are present as well, and you can even use the LED light for the camera as a flashlight. The Notification Center is displayed when you swipe down from the top of the touchscreen. Here's the user's agenda for the day, complemented by weather data and other bits of information, such as reminders, stock price updates, notifications from the Game Center, app updates, and more. In iOS 7, there's a new way of personalizing your device. Apple has added dynamic wallpapers of various colors. The selection could have been broader than this, but having some variety is better than having no variety at all. Static wallpapers are available as well, and what's new about them is the added parallax effect. The background image pans when the device is tilted, creating an illusion of depth. Multitasking in iOS 7 has been taken to the next level. Double-pressing the home key displays all your recent apps, along with a screenshot of its last state. Apps that you use most often will be updated automatically in the background, and if you don't need an app anymore, flicking it upward closes it. Siri is accessible by holding down the home key and will answer more of your questions than ever. She can look up things on the web via Bing, Wikipedia, or Twitter. She can turn some of the phone's features on or off, such as the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth radios. Also, the voice of Apple's personal assistant is more natural than before and is available in both female and male variants. The French and German languages are now supported along with English, with more languages expected to come eventually. For the most part, the phone app has remained the same, save for the new design. It lists your contacts along with detailed information about them and your recent calls. There's a section for your favorite contacts as well. An interesting feature is the option to block certain contacts, which prevents them from bothering you. The messaging app hasn't really changed much either. As before, it comes with iMessage integrated for a better chat experience with other iOS users. Keyboard layouts in many languages are supported for those who prefer their native alphabet. There's also a shortcut for attaching a photo to your message. Here is the email application, which is as simple and straightforward as always. The panel on the left is where your email folders are listed, along with a VIP option, which filters your inbox, listing only mail from people you've marked as important. The FaceTime app is, of course, for FaceTime chats with fellow Apple users. It also shows your recent FaceTime chats and your FaceTime contacts in separate tabs. Here we are at the calendar application, where you can add appointments and organize your schedule. When creating an event, you have the option to add other contacts to it, which will send them an invitation and may add a note on their calendars if the feature is supported. Of course, you're free to have separate calendars for work, personal matters, or other groups, and these can be synchronized across devices. iOS 7 brings along a beautiful new weather application displaying the hourly and daily weather forecast. Detailed info, such as humidity and wind speed, is available as well. Naturally, the user is free to add multiple cities to the list. The clock app is used for telling the time, of course, but that's not all. It's what you use to set your alarm clocks, single or repeating ones. There are other features you can use, such as the built-in stopwatch and timer. The timer, by the way, has a shortcut placed on the control center. Apple has kept the Notes app, which may be simple, but it gets the job done. You just type whatever it is you want to remember and it is saved. There's also an option to search through your notes. The Reminder app is for making to-do lists, setting reminders, and everything in between. Each item on the list can be marked as completed. It is nice that there is an option to set scheduled reminders with an alarm designed for them. And by the way, you can add notes or reminders using your voice by asking Siri to do it for you. Spot prices of stocks can be monitored using the Stocks app. It also provides a chart at the bottom displaying the price movement over time. Of course, you can add or remove stocks from the list. Don't forget that stock info is available in the notification center as well. Game Center is where you keep track of your game progress. It monitors the games you have installed and tells you how much points you've racked up so far or what achievements you've unlocked. It is also a great place for finding new games you might find interesting. Additionally, this is where you get turn requests or challenges from games you're playing with someone. Newsstand is also present. It is the app providing you with access to newspapers and magazines, displaying the releases that you've downloaded or purchased on its virtual shelf. From here you can buy individual releases or subscribe to your favorite publication with an in-app purchase. With Passbook, you can store things like boarding passes, movie tickets, discount coupons, and more. These can be displayed on your iPhone's screen when they're needed. Of course, Safari is the stock web browser in iOS 7. Its new full-screen option in portrait mode is a great improvement over previous versions, allowing more of the web page to be displayed on screen. Up at the top, you see the unified search bar. Switching between tabs has been streamlined as they are now displayed in a more convenient manner. You can share web pages or add them to your bookmarks and reading list. Here is the App Store, the place where you download new applications from. The most popular apps are listed in the featured and top charts panels, and if you're looking for something specific, there's an option to filter apps by category. Something new here is the Near Me tab, which displays apps popular in your area. App updates are listed here as well in their own separate tab. You may search for new apps manually in case you're looking for a particular game or application. Here we see the new camera interface, which is as simple to use as it has always been in iOS. However, we now have several new features, such as the built-in photo filters. Also, you may now zoom in while taking videos. Switching between modes is done with a swipe to the side, and the new HDR toggle is now located at the top. All your photos are stored in the gallery, which is now more advanced than before. It knows when and where your photos have been taken, so it groups them automatically. As always, you're free to share your photos with others on Facebook or Twitter. Videos can be uploaded to YouTube or Vimeo. Of course, you may also backup and sync your images over iCloud. There's also the new AirDrop feature listed in the options. It is used for quick sharing of photos and other content with other iOS users around you. Basically, the feature creates a Wi-Fi connection between devices, so you know it's pretty fast. Even people who aren't in your contacts list can receive files. The music player has all the core functionality you'd expect of it. It can sort your music or organize it into playlists. Playback can be controlled quickly from any screen using the control center. Interestingly, Apple has removed cover flow, so now you get a simple grid made of album art instead. Something new introduced with iOS 7 is the iTunes Radio feature, which streams music to your device over the internet. Here we are at the Video Player app, where content you've downloaded or purchased over iTunes is listed. Your own videos can be added as well, as long as they are in the supported format. The Calculator app has a simple interface, but switching into landscape mode enables the scientific mode with all its advanced functions. The Compass application, guided by the device's sensors, is also among the neat extras you get with iOS 7. It comes with a built-in level available with a swipe to the side. In addition to that, Apple has also included an app for voice memos and audio recordings. These can be stored on the device or shared with others. That concludes our overview of iOS 7. For more information about Apple's mobile OS or the iPhone or the iPad, check out our website, PhoneArena.com.